Cage Blinds, Micah Frankel at United Fit with the leader of Nobody's Villains. I needed to ask you, where'd you come up with the name for the fight team?
Oh, because we're nobody's villains. We're the hero of our own stories, and we can't be deemed a villain to somebody else's when they can't make the claim to fame of being great.
I always wanted to know that one. We got you back in the squared circle on March 29th. You're defending the flyweight title for the first time. For so much of your career, it was pursuing a world title. Does it feel any different now preparing to be the hunted?
No, not at all, because I've always been hunted. Everybody always wanted that top spot that I had, and now I have to go solidify it by knocking this dude out next.
Looking to come back off of what was a forgettable trip to Japan. Does that motivate you in camp coming off of a fight where you didn't get to have the kind of performance you wanted to?
Of course, because now I get to go ahead and remind people why I'm so dangerous when it comes to just strictly hands. When it comes to me joining and knuckling up with somebody's skull, I'll put everything at risk to damage and break everything, including my hands, to secure a victory.
And coming off that fight, is it nice returning to bare knuckle in a sport where you know the guy is going to come at you, try to knock you out and maul you?
Oh, absolutely, because now that I don't have to worry about getting cuddled and tickled and just laid on top of, now I can go ahead and really pursue knocking this dude's skull in with my knuckles.
And you're going to be looking now to knock out your most experienced pugilistic opponent, 15-2 as a professional boxer, a knockout in his bare knuckle debut. You had already scared off the rest of the top five. What do you think of the opponent ahead of you?
It's going to be a great test for my skills and abilities to go against a real traditional boxer. So if I can get through this one, I have numerous traditional boxers that came through that's been making their claims into the BKFCs who just got signed. So right now, I'm going to knock out one boxer and then another boxer, and hopefully following up with that other, actually, adding them more to my resumes.
Does this feel like a different sort of challenge?
Oh, absolutely, because everyone considers MMA striking is so underrated or not deemed a real striking pedigree when it comes into boxing. I'm going to show them that it is.
Do you almost feel a little bit like you're defending the sport in that, right?
Of course, because of the fact that like you see Jake Paul going ahead and knocking out a bunch of old retired MMA fighters, and yet I'm the one who's still active, going out there hunting for this pursuit of being the most dangerous creature alive.
Dagoberto, does it feel like his style is that much more of a traditional boxer than maybe the other guys were a lot more raw, a lot more MMA style?
Yes, because of the fact that he wants to stick behind his 1-2, stays behind the jab, and wants to stay in that longer range. He wants to drag this out into a longer distance, and we already know how I tell everybody, I'm trying to end this in the first round. I don't get paid by the minute, I get paid by the fight.
Where do you see Dagoberto having success from where he's been successful earlier? What do you think he's really done well?
He's done well with being very rangy and keeping the distance and controlling his range. But he's never met anybody who's quite as fast as I am or as explosive as I am. And not only that, who hits just as hard as I do. It's bare knuckles. So it's going to change the whole game and the outcome once I deliver these knockout blows with each hand, when it be left or right.
I almost feel bad for him in a sense because I don't know if he has the requisite experience to have earned the shot at you. I'm like one fight in, I don't know if that's really having his feet wet enough to take on the top flyweight in the world.
It's not going to be the justification of the one fight in the bare knuckle, but since the fact that he had so much a decorated record as a professional boxer. He's fought on some of my tougher cards, and I also want to go ahead and knuckle up with one of the best in the world.
Do you feel like he is the best guy that you fought so far for BKFC?
For the BKFC, no, because Ryan Benoit was a more decorated striker than he is, than this guy's. So it's going to be kind of a difference of boxer between MMA.
And we saw what you did with Ryan Benoit. It seemed like you came out there and shocked them. Can you describe for everybody what that difference is? Getting hit with a bare knuckle compared to a 4-ounce or 10-ounce glove, it's such a different thing.
Of course, because I can go ahead, hit him as hard as I want with bare knuckles. And now once I do that, I know it's going to be life-threatening or life-ending once I do that. Once with the little gloves, you can kind of take more brain damage and solidify that little distance that you can get. But with bare knuckle, I can open up wounds, cut up mouth quicker, and also I can end the fight a lot faster.
What do you do better than Dagoberto?
I'm better looking, I'm way faster than he is.
What's the prediction?
Prediction is that I'm going to knock this dude out in the first round so we can get this done and solidify.
And then, as you're giving us the prediction, what's the prediction for the rest of the year? What are you looking at getting done?
I'm looking to get 2 belts. I'm going to hold a big BKFC title and the Rising title. That's all I'm going to do, baby. Let's go ahead and work.
Always good talking to you.
Good talking to you too. Later, brother.